Is Frieren Journey's End truly a masterpiece? This is a question that I've wanted to answer now for a little while, and given the recent victories that the anime enjoyed at the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, I thought that, hey, you know what? Let's really answer this once and for all. But we should ask ourselves this: is it really the accolades, the awards, and the 22 million copies sold, or the amazing 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, or vying for the #1 spot on the My Anime list? Is that really what makes a masterpiece? No, but it certainly helps. Hi there everyone, Lars here from Camille's Harem. Not just a podcast for novice writers by novice writers, but also a YouTube channel by novice writers for novice writers. Because writing is an adventure, it's more fun with friends. Now, one of the things that we need to admit when it comes to talking about a work that one might consider to be a masterpiece is that it will not always be universally loved. There are loads of people who just didn't click with Frieren. There's a lot of people who thought it was boring. And so they didn't want to give it a chance, they didn't want to give it a shot, and you know what? That's okay. The show will still be around, and they can check it out later when they decide that, hey, you know what? Let me go back and see again if it really is all that bad or all that good. Now, just like with the Mona Lisa, not everyone is a fan. And again, that is absolutely fine. Instead, we should consider what a masterpiece truly is. It is a combination of the skill and effort put in by the creators and the legacy that it leaves behind, the way that it continues to inspire people long after it has made its debut, long after it seems to have said what it needs to say. But instead, it continues to have a conversation with each individual person that engages with this work. This goes from soaring cathedrals and towers to beautiful paintings, to games that boggle the mind, to movies, to shows, to books, and to anime. And let's be honest, there really is no denying the skill and effort that has gone into this anime. It is gorgeously rendered. But as for the story, which is what we normally focus on here at Camille's Harem, it is beautiful, with engaging, deep characters who are on this incredible journey. It's a beautiful premise. It's one that reaches on beyond just one generation. I've had the opportunity to introduce Frieren to multiple people across 3 different generations in my family, and this show has spoken to every single one of them. And even though there are people who are like, nope, I do not want to check this out, Lars, I do not want to check this out, enough with you and your silly anime recommendations, when they sat down to watch it, they were swept up in it. Some of them even brought to tears within the first few episodes because it is beautiful. This story and journey of grappling with the past, of coming to realize what it means to live in the moment now, the worth of every single day, the worth of every single relationship, memories, ambition, goals, strength, love. So many themes blended together in a story that somehow manages all of these jump cuts and flashbacks and everything in a way that does not feel overwhelming, but is blended almost seamlessly together to create this beautiful tapestry of multiple characters and character arcs, especially when we're getting chapter after chapter of new characters who just pop in for a brief moment, and yet they feel so real. They have an impact on this world and on the main characters. It's not just the main characters impacting everyone else, but the rest of the world in turn influences them. Frieren Journey's End just has incredible characters, incredible characterization, beautiful journeys for all these characters that we get to spend time with. And again, because these characters are rendered so beautifully in the writing, they come to resonate with so many viewers. And I know for myself, Zine is one of my favorite characters who really speaks to me on a number of levels. Sure, I love Stock for his crazy antics and his journey. Fan is just a wonder to watch with her pouty face, and of course, Frieren is just an absolute an absolute gem of a hoarding goblin who has to deal with all the mimics and she just can't get around. There's just, I love it. But then also a character like Denkin speaks to me as well. I may not be an old man, but there's something about the way that he grapples with where he has gotten to be in the world and how unfulfilled he actually is. Promises that need to be kept. I can identify with that. And I know for other people, various characters have stuck out to them in beautiful and profound ways. And this is a story that rewards you to go back again and again and again. My sister and I were recently having a conversation about the battle with Guillotine, and a lot of the little elements here and there sprinkled throughout the episodes of background details that begin to tell a story of all of the humans who have suffered going against these demons, and how Frieren destroying Guillotine has brought so much peace and finally rest, not just to the bodies that have been puppeted by her, but to all of the families who have lost so much in this seemingly unending war against evil. And in that conversation, it was just, she was like, wow, I kind of got to go back, I got to watch this again. Like, I got everything that was happening between Frieren and Guillotine, but now I'm like, wait a second, there's still more to uncover. This is something that a great piece of art can deliver, when it begs you to come back again and again, either to see things you didn't see before, to see a story, to see the artwork from a different angle, or at least to come back and just relax and enjoy in the journey and the message that it has to give you. And something that I recently saw someone comment on in one of our videos, saying that Frieren is a message for people who are growing up. This is a story that will not appeal to everyone in the moment, especially younger viewers. And there are some younger viewers who absolutely love it, but in the moment, not every single young viewer is really going to enjoy Frieren. And sure, the first few episodes are rather slow, let's admit that. It does take a little while for Frieren to kind of pick up, but once you really start getting into the story, it is incredible, and it just flows, it goes and it goes. But all of these little adventures that Frieren and her party go on are stories about, again, growing up, making connections, enjoying every day, prizing every hour, every single relationship. And that is a message that definitely resonates, I think, with older viewers. And this is one of the reasons why so many older people have come to enjoy Frieren. And when they show it to younger people, sure, those younger viewers might not immediately catch on to it, but this will be a story that will be there in the future for them to connect with. And for a story that has managed to connect across generations, a story that is willing to wait for you to grow up so that way you can catch up with Frieren and her adventure, this is something that I do believe can withstand the test of time, that it will indeed have a legacy. Remember, a masterpiece is a blending together of the skill and effort on the part of the creator, along with the legacy and the message that the artwork leaves behind. In many ways, it is a little early to say that Frieren Beyond Journey's End is indeed a masterpiece, which to some people is going to sound very shocking and depressing to hear from me, and others are going to roll their eyes and say, well, why even bother making a video about it? Because it's a conversation that needs to be had. Furthermore, the financial and critical success that the story has been enjoying is an indicator of just how well this story has been received, of how many people actually like Frieren and the story, the characters, everything about it, its messages, this beautiful journey. And I know I keep on coming back to it, but by golly, it is! As of right now, this is a popular show, a popular story, a popular manga. The question is, can it continue to hold out? Looking at the manga sales, they seem to be pretty indicative that this will indeed be a story that holds out. And when you have those moments that you can talk to viewers and you find out who these people are, how this story has come to touch so many lives and lives all across the spectrum, That's again an indicator that this is a story that is bound to leave a very positive, long-lasting legacy with its audience. That this is a show that is worthy of being passed on from person to person, from recommendation to recommendation, and from generation to generation, thereby opening the door for it to truly become a masterpiece. Only time will tell, and sure, that requires a little bit of patience on our part, but I think that we can appreciate Frieren right now for the incredible story that it is, for what it is doing, and that we can be excited for where it will go in the future. So, those are my thoughts on Frieren Beyond Journey's End and whether or not it is a masterpiece. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you'd like to support the work that we do here, then please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. And if you would especially like to help out this starving YouTuber and author, then please check out the books that I have published. Links for all of them are in the description below. If you have caught up with Frieren and her journey, there are plenty of other incredible stories and journeys that I'm inviting you to come along. So please, again, check out my books. You will not be disappointed. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining us on this incredible adventure that we call writing. And until the next video, y'all, tschüss.